Hello and welcome back to Ixion. This is what we are faced with. When we left off, we had successfully blew up the moon, moved about 0 millimeters, potentially moved forward in time, and have managed to damage our hull. We now have a debuff. The game proper begins. This debuff is persistent, and in each chapter gets worse. That is our timer to destruction. You are going to be racing against this. You manage this by continually using alloys in the airlock here. Oh, I am using the latest patch, version 1.0.1.4. which fixes a few issues and balances accidents. So that's what we're running. Hopefully the save doesn't break. We have 2 events available. That's the first thing we see as soon as we get in here. There's our first one. Administrator, you may have noticed that the moon has broken apart. Yes, that happened. We did it, although sabotage is possibly to blame. And then I would argue we're still to blame because we didn't thoroughly run diagnostics before we vol jumped. But then it wouldn't be very good sabotage, would it, if we found the sabotage? Anyhow, the crew are aware of this. From what I found in my previous playthroughs, these just all give you a -5% on trust, so it doesn't really matter. You can just whatever you feel like telling them. So these are our options. Dolus has many enemies, which we're finding out. There we go. Sabotage our plans. It was our fault. I want to go with this because we could have found the sabotage. I mean, we could have been better than the saboteurs. Possibly. So, yeah, that's what we're going with. Humanity's fate. Whatever you believe in fate, that could be a thing. But yeah, I'm going to go with this. It was our fault. There we go.
Whose trust in your leadership is falling?
Thank you. So we've got a -5% penalty now. We'll end that. If we go up to our trust, that's a flat 5%, as far as I know. So we've got the timer with our hull integrity, which we are going to address later. But there is the trust timer as well. There's quite a few things to balance once you start the first chapter. This event, what we got? Administrator, the crew are asking a lot of questions about the state of Earth. The Earth. The Earth? Munchie algorithms predict a decrease in productivity of 22% if those questions go unanswered. As administrator of the Tiqqun station, you should find some answers quickly. Commit to sending an expedition to Earth. Or the Earth, as he likes to call it. She, they like to call it. End protocol. There we go. It doesn't really say we've got a timer for that. Let's head out and look at the state of our solar system. So it's all blank. Because we don't know what's around. We're now going to have to explore the solar system and see what has transpired in our time jump. I guess that's what we did. We moved possibly forward in time. We've got to send our science ship out there. And we should do that first, because there are a ton of resources here. And that will be our priority. We also need to find iron deposits within an asteroid, and that's going to be key to moving forward. We want to mine and gather resources as fast as possible. And in the prologue, we got ourselves a probe ready, so we're all ready to go. We haven't moved forward in the game time at all, and mainly because of my waffling. And we do want to explore around our station, so let's find us a large iron deposit that's fairly close to us, like there. There we go. If we can get that bright green, we'll send out our probe, and we'll now set up our Our mining, we're going to prioritize iron. We want to collect as much of that as possible. Secondary will be our carbon, and then we'll go and collect that. And the rest of them we'll just put on minimal. For now. For this mining ship, we are going to have more than one. Alright, I think we've about settled on everything. Let's double check before we hit play. What are our food stores like? Currently we're losing 1.6 every 5 cycles, which isn't too bad. But I prefer not to lose that much. We have quite a healthy power supply. We need to obviously get more alloy, more polymer. And in order to do that, we're going to need iron and we're going to need carbon. Carbon turns into polymers, iron into alloy. And then we've got silicon into electronics, hydrogen. We've also got waste we have to deal with, ice, and food. Food is infinite because we create it with our bug machines down here. That's the technical term. And iron is finite along with carbon, silicon, hydrogen, and ice. But everything else, science is infinite as well. And so is power. So there we go. We've got a mix. How much of a workforce do we have available? Plenty. Should we get our food stores up? We currently have 198 people. These make 1 food every cycle. And our food stores, 1 food feeds 10 people every 5 cycles. And down here it says 20 food is required to feed all 198 crew members every 5 cycles. So that's 5, 10, 15. 1 more should do us. However, that will leave us in a precarious position. So we'll probably go 1 over. And which way round do we want this? We've got to fit in some factories, but we've got plenty of room over there. We could go long ways. Long ways could work as well. If we go 1 there and 1 there, I like that idea. We've got some 3s down here we could also use as batteries. So that's another 2. Another 2 food production every cycle. Okay, I think we hit play now. Everything seems to be in order. I know that was a bit of a setup, but that's what it's all about. There we go. We've got plenty of alloy. We'll pop up over and see where our ship is. There we go. Our science ship is about to hit Earth. Well, hopefully not hit Earth.
Arrived at its destination.
Thank you, Eden. We can now see what this is all about. No signals have been received from Earth. The oceans seem to have evaporated. Earth doesn't look pleasant right now, does it? And the surface temperature has risen significantly since the Tiqqun was last in orbit. We left orbit, went to the moon, and then jumped forward in time. So that's relative, isn't it? Atmospheric readings indicate the presence of stormy dust clouds and dangerously high levels of carbon dioxide, radiation, and microplastics. The blue planet is no more. It's the brown planet now. I like the scour the globe first, because if I remember correctly, it has carbon. So we're going to go with that. It's 3 cycles. We have our first probe on its way. Oh, do you know, I did forget something. We should have been making another probe. The smoother you can do these, like transition wise, and not have any downtime, the better. Oh, there we go. Our probe has completed a scan. We've found 496 iron, and we have to research the steel mill. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that's what we were doing. But that's what we were doing in the previous chapter, the prologue. So that will transform 15 iron into 15 alloy every single cycle. Now let's head back out now. There is our iron. There goes our little mining ship, Fusion. I like your name. These guys do level up. They get a bit of experience every time they perform a task. We'll get rid of those. Close that. We are now waiting for another probe because someone forgot. There he goes. He is now mining iron. Another probe is ready. Didn't have to wait too long. And we need to look for something close. Resources close to our space station to start with. Just so that we can collect faster. The less travel time there is between your gathering and your space station, the better. And sometimes you can get multiple resources in one place. Let's pop back inside and build us another probe. There we go. Another probe underway. We have food. That will update over time. That's currently not correct, as that's saying 3 every 5 cycles. It's a bit more than that, isn't it? It's how many? 5 every cycle. Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. What are we producing? 3 every 5 cycles. There it goes. It's updating. Updating. It doesn't update until it's actually passed through the warehouse here. Our people are happy. We have 20 in there. We just need to make sure we have 20 in our stores at the end of the 5th cycle, the 4th cycle. Ready for the 5th cycle. Okay. Our probe has finished. All things are happening. Yeah, we need to pop out here. Do we have our other probe ready? Not yet. So what we'll do is we'll check up on the event. There we go. We've got 97 alloy. I'm sure there's something interesting in the story. I love how my eyes immediately go for the resources. Because that's like loot, isn't it? Yeah, so we got 97 alloy, 149 polymer. And this is key. 45 science. So in a nutshell, Earth is barren. I think we could have guessed that by looking at it. It is completely destroyed. So we'll resume and we'll just go for the remaining 2 here. And that should take another 3 cycles. We have yet another probe. We have all this iron now. When we're in the probe scanner, you can see we've got 1066 iron currently to mine and 61 to collect. We've got 45 science hanging about. Let us launch another probe. We should look for, again, goodies that are close to us. We'll not start looking for the points of interest just yet, because it's all about resource gathering. For me, anyway, there is a point of interest heading over that way. And I would like to get everything close. This is a nice one. That will get us some carbon and also some iron, as well as a little bit of ice. Perhaps. Maybe not. Oh, yes, and we should get us another probe launcher built. I am not putting this onto auto build just yet, because I want to make sure we have the polymer available at all times. Right, how far have we got on this? Only half a cycle to go. Cycles are pretty lengthy, aren't they? Yeah, this is your cycle counter. Here we go. We've got another bunch of things to mine here. 57 iron there and 78 carbon. We will wait for our next probe though, and our mining ship is busy. We won't really see much in the way of progress on that.
Science ship team has completed a task.
Thank you. Until our science ship team has completed a task. You'll see we are gaining science, and that is oh, you're collecting science, are you? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, well, you can pause your collection of science a little bit, because I would like to get you moving to another event. which is the Urashanabi. That's definitely how that's pronounced. So a little under 2 cycles and we can complete everything over at Earth. Do you know, I didn't even read it. Just straight up. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, well. Oh, yep. Fortunately, it has a recap. Isn't that lovely? So what happened? The converted oil rig which Dolus used as its state-of-the-art headquarters, sounds amazing, is gone. Only a few metal... Well, it's kind of obvious if you do this bit first. There shouldn't be much around, should there? The entire planet has been wasted. Okay, we have another probe available. We've got... Well, we haven't got 10 polymer, have we? We'll be able to go and gather that. Leave scan view. We should change the orders. Let's get collecting. What do we want to collect? Oh, we are collecting. Yeah, we want to put this on back order. Those two. And I guess we can do that and that and that, which is what was that? Silicon electronics we want on max. Ice and hydrogen. Was that hydrogen? Yes, hydrogen. There we go. Oh, these different squares. High priority, medium priority or low priority. Right. Let's see if we can't find anything else around us. I mean, if not... We're not really bothered about ice at the moment. I'm more interested in... Silicon might be nice. Yeah, silicon might be nice. It's a bit of a distance. I'm more interested in iron. Lots of iron. We have about done that, haven't we? There's a point of interest over there, though. These are going to... Well, maybe we should go for a point of interest now. We do have a lot of resources, don't we? To collect still. Or we could look for some more carbon. And see what place we've got to end for. What is a point of interest that's close? Is this the closest? There is one up here, isn't there? Yeah. Alright, guys. We're going for the point of interest. There we go. And then we've got another place for our science vessel to go afterwards. I'm only going to ever build one science vessel for now. Especially for Chapter 1. Because I'm more interested in mining and collecting. Gathering. We're going to have to start thinking about powering up our EVA airlock here. As we're getting a bit low. Our people don't get cheesed off until... There we go. We've just got to leave it over 25%.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Thank you. Right. We are done with that. 45 science, 121 alloy, 9 electronics. A huge crevasse cuts through the ground where your home once stood. There is no trace of civilization. Again, I feel we've gathered as much.
A new request awaits your attention.
Okay, so now we're collecting our science. No, what else are we doing? We should be gathering this as well. Our little cargo ship. Where are you? Where's our cargo ship? Are you doing stuff? I hope you are. Or hasn't he left yet? You should be gathering that. Please go gather that. Oh, and we've unlocked the steel mill. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He must have been unloading. Yes, new point of interest. What have you found? An asteroid belt. We'll not go to that just yet. We're going to head that way. And we can now build us our steel mill. It's very important. It's going to take us 2 electronics, 50 alloy. And then we can start transforming our iron into alloy. Oh, don't zoom in. Where do we build this? We're a bit limited. It's about the same... Oh, it's about the same width as that. So, yeah, that would kind of work. We can go with that. I mean, our alloy storage is a bit far away. Let's go with that. We only need to hook into one. There we go. We can leave the rest open. We have a bunch of timed stuff. Which way is that ticking round? Okay, it's emptying. Of course it is. It's an hourglass. Administrator, to safeguard humanity, we must find survivors and increase the station's population. Station's population. We do not have time to go through the classic reproductive cycle of your species. Oh yes, that's that sounds a bit weird when you think about it's the computer talking to us, isn't it? So yes, not the same species. Adding new members to the Tiqqun's crew will have a positive impact on morale, but not so much on us trying to house people. Cryonic stasis, a practice pioneered by Dolus, was in growing use even before we left the solar system. There is a very high likelihood that cryonic pods containing survivors await discovery. So we'll agree to that. A new home, indeed. And it's not timed, so that's nice. What do we have here? Event available. Oh dear, yes. We've got no choice but to accept -1 stability penalty. Mission reports from the expedition of Earth are being discussed among the crew. The thought of having lost all loved ones left behind has destroyed morale for many of them. The symptoms of this trauma have now been collated under the medical designation Dead Earth Sickness. We acknowledge. So now we've got a distrust issue down here. Where's our... There it is. -1 from the death of Earth. We're getting +1 from hull integrity though, and +1 people living mostly in quarters. I love that it's mostly. Not everyone. We don't care about everyone. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked that event. Oh dear. Well, I mean, it's something to start out with, isn't it? Next time out. Sector 1 has almost reached its maximum structural load. No, it hasn't. With more infrastructure surely needed soon, a new sector will need to be unlocked. Originally, sectors were programmed to automatically unlock after completion of the mission to Proxima Centauri. With the change of the Tiqqun's mission objective, this restriction could be bypassed by manually overriding gateway lock algorithms. It doesn't give us long, does it? 10 cycles? Guys, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. What do we need? We need 80 alloys. Okay, we've got that. We've got that. We don't have that. Although, hopefully we'll have it soon. And 40 people. Okay. I think we can squeeze this in. We could also build us another farm, couldn't we, to make sure we're topping up on this. We are +1 at the moment. Do we have the workforce available? We do. Let's get us another food thingy underway. Another food farm thing going. Yeah, what are they called? Insect farm. Food farm thing. Okay, we've got a countdown on this one, unfortunately. We are gathering though. Where's our science ship? We didn't even send it. Oh no, you're still gathering science. Don't send it anywhere. Yeah, gather that science and then we need to vamoose over that way. I would like us to prioritize. Not that one. Prioritize that one. I mean, it's heading here anyway. I'm fairly sure it goes to the closest. First, if there are matching high priority resources. How are we doing on hull integrity? We're still good. I don't want to... We could start repairing it. I'll tell you what. We'll get it topped up so I can show you what goes on. We don't want to eat into this too much because we need to unlock our gateway there. So there we go. Hull repair. Now if we pop up to here, we're gaining a balance of +12 per cycle. And obviously it's going to continue to degrade. Hull repair costs 3 per cycle. So it really does eat into your stores. And, well, we've only got 8 cycles to do this. Oh dear. That might have been a mistake, guys. They might be really cheesed off with us. Let's override the locks then. Are we building this? We are building that. How many do we need? 16. We do have the stores. I don't mind them starving. I'm sure they're not impressed by that. But we'll get that building and we'll pause it there and find out whether I manage to cheese everybody off in the next episode, which could be a thing. There's the moon. Not looking great. Yeah, where's Earth? There's Earth. Also not looking great. Here's our ship, though. It looks like a Christmas tree. So this one's happy. We're the happiness in the middle of misery. What we got here before we go? There we go. We've received all science. So before we do go, while we're paused, we'll prepare our ship to go over and start this event, which I'm hoping has food. We're repairing our hull. We've agreed to something we're not totally convinced we can achieve. Although, it's not looking too bad. We may need to shut down some stuff, possibly. It's going to be a bit of a worry once this happens. We don't want these people to be overworked. Otherwise, we'll be face planting a different problem. And we don't want to turn off our research, which I didn't research anything, you plonker. Not that it really matters. We need to research our cryonics, don't we? Do we? Or battery? Cryonics. Let's go cryonics. We'll get that going. I say it doesn't matter too much is because we do eventually run out of science pretty quickly before you've researched everything. So it's not too concerning to me. But yes, bit worrying. Made some rash decisions perhaps. But we're in a good place, I think. I think we can do this. We've got the food. Yeah. Am I confident? Quietly confident, shall we say. Alright guys, thank you for watching. We'll see whether my quiet confidence is merited when we come back. And we'll hopefully start a new sector as well. They're pretty quick to set up, but it comes with a downside. Anyway guys, thanks for watching again. And until next time, take care.